We've got an opportunity as a church to make more room physically in the room that we are currently breathing oxygen in, this current room. We'll have we'll share more information in the coming weeks, but let me just kind of give you a little bit of a kind of an idea of what that looks like. You see, many of us who call City Life Church home may not remember actually the previous building projects that this church has gone through. Anybody here, like, say, 2011? Anybody here 2011 when we opened up the new phase of the building? Okay, like 5 or 6, 7, 8 people. Maybe more. Some of you were embarrassed. But it was the same in the first service. Same in the first service. And what that shows is that really 10 years ago, we got a new church now. In many ways, as in the people, we've grown and what have you. And but over 12 years ago, actually, on Sunday, the 21st of May, 2011, we opened up our new church facility, which opened up just a heaps more space next door that we enjoy and we utilize every day of the week. And it took many years, actually, to bring this to fruition. The previous stages to be accomplished, it took many years of sacrifice and giving. But thanks to the generosity, perseverance, and sacrificial people within the life of our church over many years, we're now enjoying the fruit of their sacrifice and faithfulness today. We're enjoying the fruit. And so today we just have a great building that we use and utilize that not only serves us on a Sunday and facilitates the 2 services that we have, but also all the stuff that happens throughout the week. You see, today we are sitting in someone else's sacrifice. Literally, somebody paid for that chair that your bottom is sitting upon. And so to those who helped us to get to this point, we just want to mark it and say thank you to those of you who've given over many years to help the church get to where it is now. We want to say thank you to you. But now is the time for us as the City Life Church of today, with a cast of so many different people now part of the church, to play our part. As the City Life Church of today, we need to play our part to continue enlarging the place of our tent. And so as a grown church family, we have the opportunity before us very soon to increase our seating capacity by up to 100 seats and improve the area between our main hall and foyer, which isn't the most attractive part of the building. It's kind of an awkward kind of gap between the toilets and the main hall and the new part of the building. So to kind of clean all that up and make that better and actually absorb some of that space into the main hall, we can do that very soon. We believe that if we all play our part, we can complete this up-and-coming building project by the summer of 2024, which is only like 12 or so months away. So this could be very fast if there's a response to it. To make this possible, we're actually inviting those who call our church home to contribute to the Vision Building Project. That's the name. It's not very flashy, but sometimes we come up with all sorts of different names for vision things that actually nobody knows what they mean. So it's the Vision Building Project. That's what we're going to call it. And the estimated total of this building project is between 120,000 and 130,000. Our initial goal is to raise 50,000 from our congregation by June 2024. And if we reach this target, we will be able to increase our seating capacity by up to 100 seats by the end of 2024. The construction process will take approximately 4 to 5 weeks. At times, it's not months and months of like crashing out every wall and kind of rebuilding the whole thing from scratch. It's only 4 to 5 weeks during the month of August. This is all kind of to be confirmed, but we're more or less confident that that's the time scale. The building project we're announcing today may not be on the same scale as previous projects in our church in terms of construction or cost, but it is still a significant and necessary step forward that will help position our church for the next season of growth and stage of development within our city, but also within the region. So you might be thinking, what's next? Well, before we move into some specifics like a goal a given goal or what have you, let me just bring your memory or thoughts to a chair. A chair. Let's actually use, I didn't do this in the first service, but it'll be helpful because everyone needs to know what a chair looks like. This chair here, if you're watching online, you might not know what a chair is, so I just need to clarify. This is what, if you come to church, this is actually what chairs look like, if you're watching online. It's like Odeon looks, you know, like every time you sit down, it's like, oh, yeah, so nice. So nice. What's the value of this chair? Like, what is the value? I don't actually know, to be honest. I'd be interested to find out. If you go to IKEA, you could probably find something similar. You know, the basic idea of concept of a chair, 4 legs, a back with a bit of a cushion. You could probably find something similar for about 30 to 50 pounds. So you could say the value of this chair is 30 to 50 pounds. With inflation, maybe 55, who knows? But when you actually think about what this chair represents, it represents something more than just a physical chair. It represents a person who would sit in this chair. You see, over 52 Sundays, that's how many Sundays are in a year, usually. 52 Sundays, we have a service. We actually have 2 services, but just easy math, thinking about 1 service every Sunday, that would be 52 different people, if you're assuming the different people who sit in this chair, 52 different people that sit throughout 1 year on this particular chair. So what's its value to you when you consider 52 different people? Over 5 years, that would be 260 chairs over a 5-year period. Over 10 years, that would be 520 different people in 1 chair over a 10-year period. And that's not counting in the reality of 2 services as well. So that's even more if you want to really kind of make it into a drama. So let me ask you, what is the value of this chair? Well, it's worth more than 30 to 50 pounds. And so to think about how we break this down, because the challenge of a vision building project is many of us think, well, I can't really add anything of significance. We want to aid that process a bit and have as many people to contribute to this particular vision building project so that we can all be involved, that we can all, in some capacity, sacrifice and give to this. And so the goal, briefly, is to increase our seating capacity by up to 100 seats by the summer of 2024. And the ask is this, to invest in a chair. To invest in a chair. Up to 100 new seats we're going to create space for in this particular space in which we hold services. So we're kind of putting a value on that to help break this down of £500 for a chair. And if you think about 100 times 500, because it's £500 for a chair, would be 50,000. So we can see the building project in terms of this ask of 50,000, which will more or less guarantee this project going forward. If we can raise 50,000 over the next 9 to 10 months, that will mean that we can actually advance in this extension. And so that's £500 a chair. Some of you could give 2 chairs, the equivalent of 2 chairs, 1,000, or some of you might even be able to do more, but some of you might be able to get together with a friend and do it together and help invest in a chair. If we all do our part, I believe we can more than cover and more than get to this particular goal, this initial goal of 50,000. On Sunday, the 2nd of July, we'll be receiving a building vision offering where people can, and this is probably the majority of us, will give a pledge. And that pledge can be fulfilled over a 10-month period starting from September. And so we're aware of the summer holidays. We're aware of the realities of that. And so we're getting this in today to kind of give our church family as much notice as possible. But it could be pledging something in July, on the 2nd of July, that then starts to be fulfilled from September. If you're able to, if you have the means to give straight away without even pledging, then you'll be invited to do that. But we want to take in consideration just the realities of life at the moment and what we can maybe do just to help all of us play a part and contribute to what this expansion and this extension really is. It will really set things up. We'll talk more about it in the future weeks, But this step is a necessary step just to aid what God is doing as we continue to develop and grow as a local church. And so that's the information for now. We'll have given forms or pledge forms. This is like just awkwardly sitting here now, isn't it? We'll have pledge and given forms from next week, and you can take those home and you can consider that and pray into it. But this is not manipulation. If you don't want to give, you can still have a coffee. You'll still have a chair. All right, we're not going to take your chair away. Don't worry about it, right? We're not going to go through a list. That person didn't fund a chair. But this is an opportunity to trust God in our individual lives and say, you know what, we're just going to contribute and help be part of this. If you're new to faith, this is no obligation here. I believe we can do this, and we can see this coming to fruition this time next year. We believe we can do that, can't we? Can't we? I realized online that sounded really bad. Don't clip that. That sounds like complete manipulation. We'll just finish. We'll finish the service. We did the same thing last service as well. We'll finish the service here. We've got coffee. We've got new to church coffee area in the craft coffee area through the right door. If you're new to church, there's cake and there's coffee for you. If you're not new to church, the coffee area is still open. Just go through the left door. If you go through the wrong door, you've got to leave the room and go through the right door, all right? Because we know how important these things are, aren't they? So have a great week, church. Hope that all makes sense, and we'll speak more about it in the future. But we're excited about the future of church together. Fantastic. Thanks, everybody.